So to save you the hassle of cutting open bullets, especially 22 caliber, these are Winchester Super X, um, and they're 22 shorts. 22 long rifles would probably be about that much taller. In fact, it would probably be 22 long rifle would probably be right around that size of right there, a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter than that. I don't advise this at home, removing a bullet yourself, unless if you're a reloader, then you have access to, not removing bullets, because once they're pressed in, you could also see that they are crimped. So the casing, the brass casing, is actually pushed into the lead head of the bullet. But I already went ahead and removed said bullet, and it's filled about halfway up. So if you're looking at that, it is filled up to about right here with powder, which is actually quite impressive. I thought it would fill it to the top, but then again, the bullet sits in to right about here, so it makes sense that your powder starts here. So that's that. So that way you guys don't have to try this at home. And I'm sure everybody out there that has a shotgun has at least some of these laying around. 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch double up buck, 9 pellets. Buckshot. Loads unplated shot, which just means it's lead shot. Now, what it is 9 round lead shot, like you have bird shot, which could range from number 2 to number 8. Number 8 is extremely tiny. It's like half a BB. 4 shot would be like the size of a BB from a BB gun. Would be like, so let's say a number 2. But so instead of you having to cut off, because what sits in here is there is a plastic wadding, and you could actually see through here and feel them, the 9 pellets. So here's your powder from this dark line. I'll try and set it down so we can kind of see it. So your powder goes from here down, and then you have your primer on the back. So what happens is, when you fire your shotgun to pull your trigger, there's a hammer that looks kind of like the tip of a pen that puts extreme pressure right on here. And if I were to hit this hard enough and strike it hard enough, it would go out. It would go off, and it would probably be like shrapnel. But anyway, there are 9 of these in there, and I'm just gonna hold one in my hands so you can kind of see the size of it. Like, I just think that is incredible. Like, compared to like a wedding ring, it is wider than a wedding ring. So imagine that hitting you. And just for comparison, there's your 22 short bullet. Let's get it zoomed in there. So your 22 short bullet So I would say your 22 short bullet is about 2.5 of your 22 short bullets to create one pellet of lead, because these bullets are also lead. Which I just think are pretty cool, and I thought I'd do a quick video on that, showing you guys so you guys don't have to do it at home, because it is dangerous cutting one of these open. You have to know where to cut. Not so dangerous on the shotgun cells. You could take a razor and go around the just around the top where it says Winchester, and then you go pull out the wadding, the 9 pellets, and then you could see all the gunpowder. A little trickier on the 22. That's why I did it off screen. So yeah, there's the bullet right there, and the crimping is actually. So let's set this down one more time so I could show you how big the bullet is. So, and these are rimfire. So notice the difference. This is center fire because it needs a pin to strike the primer. That's why they call it center fire. Most rifle cartridges are center fire. Now 22s have a layer or a coating of I forget what the chemical is, but what it is if any metal strikes this, like say in the corner, in the center, more towards the top. I've seen one get hit in the side and not go off. I don't know if that's a fluke or not. But let me hold my finger over it so that way you can see. Well, actually no, you don't need to see this one because we have it right here. This one does not have a primer, and the reason why it doesn't have a primer is because a 22 mechanism, depending on the rifle you have, what it does is it could either punch it right in the back and set it off, or it could hit it right on the rim and set it off. So it's kind of cool seeing the two. Don't drop your 22s, because if you were to drop this from a height of say 10 feet onto a very hard surface like concrete or asphalt, chances are it will go up, and no knowing what would happen. Probably not much, because there's no barrel and there is no built up force behind that. So the bullet would probably only go a couple of feet, and it wouldn't be fatal. Now Now, if I were to put this in a gun and pull the trigger, then it would be fatal. Same thing with this. If I put this in my shotgun and shoot it, fatal. When you cut it open, you get these 38 caliber pellets. I want to say they're perfectly round, but they're not really perfectly round. In fact, if you hold on 1 second, you could actually see, as I practice, that is actually, that black dot right there is actually part of the black powder. But there you have it, folks. That's what's in these. 9 of them. In fact, you can see one right there. In fact, you can see 4 right there. 1, 2, here, I'm counting, I'm not even looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I guess harder to see, I think 8. Well, you can take my word for it. I've cut it open and 9 came out. Double up buck. There's triple up buck as well, but the most popular is the double up buck. In some places in the United States, you could use double up buck for deer hunting. It's like shooting giant rabbits, I've heard, because when you have 9 of these pellets hitting you, accuracy is good up to about 50 yards. You're going to down your deer. Here in my state, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, we are not allowed to have double aught buck. We are only allowed to have slugs, which would be a 50 caliber slug instead of this crimping at the end. And if you want, let me know. I will go over some bullets. So now that the Alec Baldwin trial has ended, but the armor is in deep crap. What I could do is I could show you, like I could turn this into a blank just by crimping the end of it. In fact, I mean, I really could do it. It is very simple to do. What you would do is just take out your handy dandy, I don't have it, but what you would just do is you would just crimp. I mean, I could probably do it with my hands too, but I want to get multiple points of crimp. But yeah, I mean, if you just, I mean, you have to have some strength behind you. But yeah, if you were to just crimp that, you can see how I started to crimp it. It's not perfectly round anymore. But if you were to crimp it, you could turn this into a blank. I would stand 5 feet away due to powder burn. Or if you want, you could put some cotton, some very, 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 very light cotton. Put that in there and then crimp it. If you were going to shoot at somebody, that's the safest way. If you're going to do it homemade. If you're not going to do it homemade, then I implore you to buy blanks. And I implore you to buy squibs. Basically the same thing as a blank. But if you get shot at close point, squibs do hurt. Yeah. So that's the video. If you want more educational videos on firearms, on hunting, fishing, anything like that, I do have a site. It's NEPA Outdoors, NEPA space outdoors. You could email me. It's NEPA fish hunt at gmail.com, or just simply comment on this video and let me see what you ask me. What, like, give me some suggestions on what videos to do next in this type of genre. Now that archery season is coming around, maybe I'll show you my setup for archery, my setup for rifle season. We'll go through all that, and yeah, we'll have a blast doing it. And as I wait for some body cam footages to come in, we could cover some of this. It is interesting, and if Jeremy DeWitt were to have any of these, anything on this table is illegal for Jeremy DeWitt to have. Even the round ball, because it came from a bullet. If he poured a round lead ball, it wouldn't. I don't believe. But being that it came from a double-out buck, it would be illegal. 22 shorts, illegal. And we could go through some other bullets as well. But yeah, so give me some ideas. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to try and branch off into two worlds, keep this main channel, because NEPA Outdoors hasn't been taking off as much. So I was thinking about just combining them into one channel and then just having different playlists under this channel. I'll have a fishing playlist, hunting playlist, a question and answers playlist, and then any other type of like competitive shooting, mushroom picking, anything you can think of outdoors. Throw it in the comments for ideas for me, and I'll get it cracking. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe. It doesn't hurt, and I truly appreciate it. And thank you guys for staying loyal subscribers. I'm just below 3,000. I was at 2,000 and 2,970, I think, is where I was at. So I need 30 subs. If you gonna make that happen, I'll make another video tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna start trying to pump out some videos for you guys. If you want to talk politics, I'll talk politics. Or if you want to see me debate another YouTuber in regards to why I think my gun is better than their handgun. I think that would be cool to do as well. We could try and line something up like that. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and I will produce it. All right, for now, signing off. Thanks for watching.